I didn't expect to see him again, not after the hollow years of absence, not after the nights I stayed awake wondering if the word father even applied to him. And yet, there he was, leaning against the polished glass of the lobby, that same smug smile he wore the day he walked out of my life. "Jack," he said, voice soft, almost tender, "I hear you've accomplished some remarkable things. I want to be part of your life now." I studied him, letting the words hang in the sterile air. Part of me wanted to laugh. The other, sharper part recognized the predator behind the honeyed tone. He didn't see me, not really, not then. I remember the first time I met him. I was 3, toddling through the sunlit living room, arms flailing, calling for him. He'd scoop me up, lift me like I weighed nothing, and I'd felt chosen, important. He'd whisper promises I believed, adventures, protection, love. And then, one day, the apartment was empty, his shadow gone, leaving only my mother's quiet sobs and a stack of bills. I waited for him, naively. Every letter I sent vanished. Every birthday candle burned without him. And when he returned decades later, he wanted credit for my existence, for what I had built with every ounce of effort he abandoned me to. I didn't confront him immediately. I watched. Small things first, subtle inquiries about my life, compliments that dripped entitlement, mentions of opportunities he could provide. Then the texts started, more insistent, assuming intimacy, claiming connection. I saved them all, every one a nail in the coffin of my patience. The turning point came when he pressed harder, demanding details of my achievements, as if my life were his inheritance. That night, I went through my mother's old files. That yellowed envelope nearly made me laugh through my rage. Signed papers, he had relinquished every right. He had abandoned me on purpose. And then a note, her hand shaking but resolute. "You are not a mistake. He is." The seed of revenge was planted the moment I understood the truth. But I didn't act impulsively. I watched, studied him, calculated, learned who he had become, the circles he moved in, the ways he flattered and manipulated. Every weak spot cataloged, every arrogance noted. I didn't need to destroy him physically. I needed him to fall from the pedestal he imagined he still occupied. The plan was surgical, financial, legal, and psychological. Step 1, subtly remind his associates, the people who respected him, of his unreliability. Stories of abandoned ventures, broken promises, carefully edited emails, delivered through channels he trusted. Reputation is fragile. I knew how to crack it. Step 2, expose him to the world that mattered to him most. Invitations to events, public acknowledgments of my achievements, all while he lingered in the shadows, invisible, irrelevant. I let him reach for credit and watched it slip away every time. Step 3, the confrontation. I arranged it on my terms. A quiet cafe, afternoon light slicing across the tables, witnesses unaware, but enough for him to feel the weight of observation. He sat across from me, attempting charm, oblivious to the storm I carried. "I thought we could reconnect," he said. I smiled. Cold, calm. "Reconnect?" I repeated, letting the word linger like smoke. "Do you even know what that means?" He leaned forward, anxious. I slid the papers across the table. The signatures, the relinquishment, her note calling him what he was. His face drained, then contorted. Rage, shame, realization. This is old. That was years ago." "Not old enough," I said. "Not when you tried to buy your way back into a life you abandoned. Not when you pretended your absence never happened. You don't get to rewrite history. I left him there, fumbling through the evidence, surrounded by strangers who saw nothing but the fall of a man who thought he could manipulate his way into a daughter's life decades too late. I walked out, chest steady, heartbeat controlled. Victory didn't need shouting. Silence was sharper. Later, I sat in my apartment, looking at my reflection. The man in the mirror wasn't the boy abandoned, the one who clung to hope. He was something else now, measured, untouchable, victorious. He had wanted to take part of my life. I had given him a single, unflinching truth. I didn't need him, and the world now knew it too. And in that quiet, calculated triumph, I finally allowed myself a small smile. Not cruel, not gloating, simply satisfied. The past could not touch me. His return had been nothing but an opportunity. An opportunity I didn't just take, I owned it.